Now closing the gap between haves and have-nots in Pakistan. On Friday, 16-year-old activist Malala Yousafzai, considered a candidate for the Nobel Peace Prize, told the NewsHour's Margaret Warner she believes equal access to education is the key.
I have a prize in my mind for which I'll struggle, for which I'll do the campaign, and that is the prize, that is the award to see every child to go to school, and I will serve my whole life for that. So that is the prize that I want to get in my life.
A group of businessmen in Pakistan has found a way to advance that goal. They've built an alternative public school system designed to educate poor children, especially girls. Special correspondent Fred DeSam Lazaro's report is part of our Agents for Change series.
18-year-old Munawara Shahabuddin is a top student, as her red sash indicates. And she's lucky. Many children don't attend school in Pakistan, and on average, girls are half as likely as boys to be enrolled. The gender gap is particularly wide in rural and tribal areas where Taliban militants hold sway. For urban students like Munawara, who covers with a niqab when she leaves, school is also a sanctuary from the turmoil and violence just outside the gate.
A couple of days ago, a guy was picked up from this area, taken away, and he was chopped into pieces and his body was thrown in the water. A lot happens, but it's not good to even talk about it because you make enemies.
Munawara and her 12-year-old sister Tahira live in a Karachi slum called Machar Colony, literally colony of flies. The stench of rotting fish pervades it. For them, homework is real work, peeling shrimp from a nearby fishery with their mother. A 16-year-old brother is not in school and works full-time in a fishery. He's replaced the family's father, Shahabuddin, who's now disabled, as the main breadwinner. Like two-thirds of Pakistan's 190 million people, this family lives on less than $2 a day.
I'm sick. I can't do anything. I can't even feed them. I want them to be educated and make something out of their lives.
This is a primary school.
The founder of the school these girls attend says the solution to this family's poverty and just about any of Pakistan's economic and social problems lies in education.
Now, take for instance family planning. If you educate a girl or a man, that person will never have 8 or 10 children. If you come to health, hygiene probably accounts for 50% of health problems. If a person is educated, he'll be more clean and keep his children more clean.
Mushtaq Chapra says he and a few other successful businessmen decided they wanted to give back to society, and in 1995 they began building schools for the poor.
If you look at the construction, we tried to maximize or use the materials which are locally available.
They founded the Citizens Foundation, widely known as TCF, which built and runs this K-12 school and nearly 500 others in villages and slums across Pakistan.
We wanted to give them what our children, the children from well-to-do families, have been through, and who have gotten that kind of education with proper classrooms, books, curriculum.
Things mostly absent from a deeply corrupt government school system these children would otherwise attend, he says, with telling consequences, like the difference in graduation rates.
The average percentage of the government's results from the high school is in the vicinity of 40 to 43%. Citizen Foundation children have results of in excess of 95%.
We are not doing some rocket science here. We are doing basic stuff. We are just doing it right.
Syed Asad Ahmad, the Citizen Foundation CEO, says TCF is a charity funded largely by donations, but it's run like a business. Every school must show progress, their goals clearly stated. A big goal for the organization is closing the typical 20% enrollment gap between boys and girls.
One of my own key performance indicators is my percentage of girls, is it increasing or not? And we are pretty close to 50-50. 47% girls are studying in our schools. Our target is to take it to 51. And inshallah, we'll do that in the next few years.
TCF schools have a number of amenities that are not taken for granted in Pakistan's schools. A safe environment, clean classrooms, books and desks. But perhaps the most critical, at least to get girls to attend, are working bathrooms.
In a society where tradition and modesty are important, one other decision was key to enrolling girls, made at the insistence of a parent.
She said that if you have male teachers in the schools, I'm not sending my daughter to your schools. With one stroke, we decided that we have no male teachers.
The teachers, the principal, and even the training staff is all female.
However, TCF schools are coeducational, unlike most public schools. To sell the concept, the group invites parents and community leaders to visit.
When they come and see the utter respect in the way the education is being handled, the way the boys are being taught to respect the girls. So there is a total change of outlook and mindset of the parents.
And TCF hopes to shift student attitudes on matters of gender.
It's called Amal and Zain. So it's the story of a brother and sister.
The foundation has begun printing some of its own textbooks. Shazia Kamal, a curriculum developer, says they're cheaper and more updated than what's available in the market. They encourage critical thinking and new ideas, as in this 5th grade English text showing boys and girls playing cricket together.
They can actually play against each other. They can actually play cricket. And in doing so, these kind of messages talk of equality, gender equality.
The messages are subtle, she says. This can be a culturally sensitive matter.
One doesn't feel that there is any reason to rock the boat.
Founder Chopra says threats from extremists are infrequent, but he admits there are no-go areas, notably the Swat Valley, where Taliban gunmen shot the young activist Malala Yousafzai last year. Girls who do attend often find their lives transformed. Fatma Ayub now teaches in a semi-rural TCF school.
I attended this school. I live in this village. In the past, nobody knew who I was, but now everyone knows me. If I go to the doctor's office, parents, the children, all call out, "Teacher, teacher," when I walk by. So I'm very happy.
Her colleague Saima Naz says many students now set their sights higher.
When they first get here, the boys have one concept in their mind: matriculate from high school by hook or by crook and get a job as a driver. Once here, their eyes are opened and they realize there is more to life than being a driver or going to work in Dubai.
Chopra expects the 125,000 students who attend TCF schools will go on to be their main source of support. For now, the $20 million annual budget comes largely from individual, corporate, and foundation donors.
They'll be economically powerful, they'll be educated, and they'll go back to their villages and their slums and look after their own brothers and sisters who are studying in that school.
Munawara Shahabuddin hopes she can be in that group.
I want to become a reporter. There are so many things that happen in this area, and nobody reports about it. I'd like to create an awareness of what goes on here.
But what about the fear she'd expressed earlier about saying things that could make her enemies?
Undercover reporter.
I'll be an undercover reporter, she said.
Fred's reporting is a partnership with the Undertold Stories Project at St. Mary's University in Minnesota. You can see Margaret's entire interview with Malala Yousafzai on our homepage.